we are at Peruzzi Toyota's actually temporary quarters. Can you tell us what's going on over here? Why were you here?
Yes, our Toyota store is going under a complete ground-up restoration that will take 8 months, 6 to 8 months, they say. So we've been moved up to our Mitsubishi store to operate here while the construction is going on at Toyota.
Perfect. Now, we have some guests over here. This is Pat Preston. He's the dealer principal for, can you tell them your organizations and what state?
Preston Superstore, Burton, Ohio.
Franchises?
Chevrolet, Cadillac, Ford, Kia.
Okay, and that's your new internet director?
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself?
Al Zarza.
Okay, and you are, sir, in the back?
Robbie Cagle, Internet Director of Waynesville Automotive. We handle Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, as well as Chevy and Buick.
What city?
Waynesville,
Which is by Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay, so basically there's two new Dealer Synergy clients that flew in state just to get like director training yesterday. I tried calling, but I found out that you came in a little bit late, so I didn't want to bother you. You know, it was too short notice. So we're here. All I want to be able to do today is kind of kill two birds with one stone. I want to kind of evaluate the team that's here currently while they could hear me interact with you as far as certain specific questions, and I want to just have the no BS, what works, what doesn't work, what you like, what you don't like, etc. Because we did a phone training yesterday, Anthony, what store?
Phone training yesterday, Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson, right, where we had Pat on the phone. We're talking to the coordinator that, you know, didn't believe in this, didn't believe in that, and that's a dealer for 18 years, not the consultant, not the trainer, that was actually speaking and educating the coordinator. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen here today. All right, let's start and get right into it. Can you please tell us the numbers that you had last month?
Last month?
Yeah. You just told me.
Well, no. Well, for October?
Yeah, October. That's my name, sorry.
Okay, currently we're standing at 1,349 leads that came in.
Anthony, start documenting this for me. Get a notepad and paper. Okay, so you have about 1,300 leads, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the first question is internet directors. Guys, this is important. This is one of the most important things you could do. This is a high volume, you know, dealership with 1,300 plus leads. The number one thing that you want to be able to do is calculate for the residual flow factor. The residual flow factor, again, is how many leads did you carry over with, and you don't know, correct?
I don't know.
Okay, here's.
I guess what I would do is just take the number of leads that came in September and subtract what we sold.
Negative, absolutely not. What you should do is, and I'm glad that I'm here on the 28th, is that at the end of this month, what you need to do is literally go to your active leads in iMagic. That's what you have, right?
Yep.
Okay, go into iMagic, look at your active leads, and whatever's active, you know, as far as November 1st goes, you're going to just documentate that somewhere. Create a Word document, create a file on your desktop, or write it in your 3-minute book. Because when you go into November 1st, you should be cognizant of what leads are left over. Does that make sense? Because statistically speaking, you know what I mean, if you have 1,300 leads and let's say you close 100 cars, that's 1,200 leads that you didn't, you know, close. A portion of those, roughly about 600 leads, should flow over. Does anybody know why? Let's use you. You've been here for a while. Why is that true? Why do you think that we are going to start in November with at least 600 carryover leads?
Well, the 50-50-50 ratio, where we're going to bring in 50%, and then 50% of those are going to sell. The 50% that we didn't bring in are going to flow over to leads that we're going to be using the next month.
That's a close formula, but there's a bigger reason why. Go ahead.
The average buying cycle is about 45 days now. 45
to 90 days. Your manufacturer leads are roughly 90 days, okay? No, actually, an average 90 days. Your third-party leads are 45 to 55 days, and your leads from your websites or through search engine optimization are 30 days or less. So long story short, it's between 45 and 55 days. If you get leads today, the 28th, you had them the 20th, the 19th, etc., what happens November 1st? They don't just disappear, they get carried over, correct? So what's scary to me is this. Let's just hypothetically suppose that you had, you know, carryover from September at least 600 leads, minimum 500. So basically, you had 500 to 600 carryover leads, and then you had 1,300. So in the month of October, you have worked so far, literally, about 1,800 leads. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody disagree with that? Okay, so now out of 1,800 leads, how many units you got delivered so far this month?
This month, 81.
Okay, does that seem like that makes sense?
No,
Okay, so can you do me a favor? Can you go to iMagic here, go to Active.
I don't know where.
Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
You go to My Day, watch this. You go to My Day right here, and you go to All Active. Let's see how many's in here. 1,935 leads. What this tells me, if there's 1,935 leads, either we're in a hell of a lot of trouble here, or we're not using the iMagic system the right way. Does anybody know why?
Well, if you use the 11 to 14% closing ratio, we should be at 190 to 200 cars. Basically.
If you have 1,900 active leads at a 10% closing ratio, that means there's 190 deals in there. The good news is I don't think that you have 1,900 real leads, okay, I think that are active. You might have leads that don't have phone numbers. You might have leads that are bogus or leads that you didn't archive the right way. But the problem is the way the tool's being displayed right now, you're wasting time going through all those leads that are either non-viable, dead, future prospects, etc., because you're not categorizing them the right way. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So what that tells me is that your reports are off. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So again, what I want to do today is I'm going to go through this on an individual level and on a global level. What I mean is I want to, as soon as I'm going to stop this, I'm going to have Anthony take over. I want to kind of go through your 3-minute books, okay? And then I'm going to go through what the department should have as a whole. If we could get through this in, let's say, an hour, then I'm actually going to go live. I'm going to make phone calls, and Anthony is going to make phone calls with you guys, and I'm going to try to, you know, make appointments and speak to customers so you can hear the way that I do it and hear what I sound like. And if you've got a customer that's being difficult, I'm going to take the TOs. Fair enough? Okay, let's go.